And as a result, somebody's going to have to lose their job over this. I don't think the speaker is going to remain in power. That's my prediction. I'm not in the House.
But partisanship aside, Elon is actually quite unique in that we can actually see the influence that he's having in large part.
So secrecy allows people to do things which, if known, they could not do. Evil thrives in darkness. We know this.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Secrecy going on in our government, and there's a massive tectonic change. Thanks to Elon Musk. Things are changing. It's not going to ever be the same, guys. Welcome to John Mike Keene. Here's a brief preview of Mike Lee on Jesse Waters.
So you're saying, hold on, just back up. So you're saying these four people, you're saying Jeffries, Johnson,
Schumer, McConnell, Johnson, and Jeffries, the firm.
Okay,
They did this.
Okay, McConnell and Schumer,
They
they cooked this up for the last 85 days in secret, dropped it on everybody Wednesday, and this is where we are.
Yes. And it has failed. It's failed miserably because the American people are awake. They have access to X. They have access to Waters World. They have access to information and to apps that will help them quickly digest this information. This does not work. It's an historic moment. It's fallen apart.
You're going to see this historic change happen all week. It's what's been going on in your government for the last 40 years is about to change in a very serious way, and it's because of social media. It's because of Elon Musk has been the largest influence, tectonic shift in our politics in my lifetime. Now, here's a new talent, Kazin Asidu, who's brilliant, giving you the rundown on Elon Musk's influence on the process.
Now, I think it's fair to say that under normal circumstances, the vast majority of Americans would not have any idea what a CR bill is, or the fact that it's being passed, or the fact that it's 1,500 pages and Congress people are given less than 24 hours to read it. But what's unprecedented about this is that Elon Musk heard about it and started posting a lot about the whole situation on X. Because Elon has such a huge following, that caused many people to get into an uproar. And it caused many people to start pressuring their Congress people and calling their Congress people to have the CR bill not passed.
That's Kazin Asidu. I have to put his link down in the description. He doesn't have hardly any YouTube followers, and you guys need to go take care of that. But he's brilliant on calling out and being very clear that Elon Musk changed the entire system. How? Simply by telling the truth and getting it out to you, just so that you guys have more knowledge. It's transparency that they don't want. Here's Tucker Carlson.
But it doesn't matter. The people who've been running things are absolutely paranoid and afraid. And it's not just Democrats, by the way. It's Mitch McConnell in the Senate. It's a number of Republican senators who have collaborated with the regime for years, many, many years, and they are really afraid. And the main thing they're afraid of is disclosure. The system operates on secrecy. And again, anyone who has been a teenager, or anyone who is male, I'll just say that, understands that secrecy is 100% a marker for sin. As distinct from privacy, by the way, we have, doors on bedrooms and bathrooms. Privacy is great. We have no privacy. They have secrecy. So secrecy allows people to do things which, if known, they could not do. Evil thrives in darkness. We know this.
Now, that's Tucker Carlson speaking at AmFest. That's a Turning Point event, America Fest in Arizona. One quick note, Speaker Mike Johnson was supposed to attend that event and speak, and then once the CR bill went down, he withdrew himself as a speaker. Something is going on with Mike Johnson where it looks like he could lose his job as Speaker of the House over this colossal failure.
Should Mike Johnson remain Speaker of the House?
No! And remember, he's Trump's guy. He is good friends with Elon and Vivek, but he's going down.
And as a result, somebody's going to have to lose their job over this. I don't think the speaker is going to remain in power. That's my prediction. I'm not in the House. If I'm correct in that, and I think I am, we need bold new leadership, outside leadership, and I think it needs to be a Doge speaker. It needs to be either Vivek Ramaswamy or it needs to be Elon Musk. Look, I was over here a couple weeks ago, House and Senate Republicans for a Doge caucus meeting. I've never seen, we're like, herding cats, Republicans on Capitol Hill. Never seen so much attention, so much respect for two people in our entire caucus, in the Senate and in the House.
So you're officially nominating right here on Jesse Watters Primetime, either Vivek or Elon to be House Speaker. Doesn't have to be a politician, could be anyone, can be Speaker. Do they want that job?
I don't know. Look, I'm a little bit skeptical. Elon is kind of busy. He's got like 54 companies that he's running, right, and trying to get to the moon. I suspect Vivek is a little bit more open to it than Elon. I'll take either one of them.
So there's floating up the name. I've seen that name come up recently, that people have proposed that Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy be the Speaker of the House.
But partisanship aside, Elon is actually quite unique in that we can actually see the influence that he's having in large part. Because in this particular case, his influence was simply using his voice and amplifying it to his large audience. And in reality, it was not just Elon saying that he opposes this, it was the people agreeing that they also oppose the CR process as well. Now, I think it's reasonable to be skeptical of anyone's influence, billionaire or not. And Elon certainly has a lot of influence, and some of it we can't see and is not transparent. But in this particular case, we can see exactly what he was standing for. And his individual voice only helped amplify the voices of millions of people who disagreed with this entire dysfunctional process. Now, on the flip side, do we get to see any of the influence of George Soros or Bill Gates?
Yeah, that just proves that the Democrats do not care about outside influence when they criticize Elon Musk. They're just angry that he's not allowing them to get away with the kind of terrible stuff they've been doing of raising debt and secretly. That's the way it's been done, and that's all going to change, guys. The transparency is coming, and it's because of Elon Musk. He is representing us better than our elected representatives. And it shouldn't surprise you that social media allows our voices to be heard.
And so the whole system is set up to keep you from knowing what they're doing, and they use classification laws in order to do that. And they fear that if Donald Trump's appointments go through and Donald Trump's people get in charge of the government and get control of the levers, that they will reveal to the country what has been happening.
They're afraid that you and I are going to get in control of our own government and our spending and this is going to be a huge tectonic shift if they can pull it off.
I think this is actually a tremendously positive development for all of America. So many of us have become disillusioned with politics because we feel like politicians don't have our best interests in mind, and we feel like no matter who's in office, nothing seems to change. But what's changed this time is that we have a degree of transparency and a public square in X where we can actually speak up and we can actually be listened to if enough of us actually exercise our power as a people. I mean, look at what happened. Elon Musk lit his watchtower, and then the rest of us did as well. And as a result of that public pressure, our elected representatives heard our voice, realized that we're watching, and realized that they could not engage in this dysfunctional process and waste our tax money because they didn't have their shit together. We made it clear to our elected representatives what we actually want done with our money, and they responded. I mean, if that's not democratic principles in action, I don't know what is.
What he's talking about is a new form of our democracy, of communication, where we're being heard. Guys, this is all good news. It's going to be scary at first, and I can see why our politicians are terrified because this isn't how things were done, but this is how they're going to be done now.
I don't think Johnson likes you now. Next time you guys see each other walking through the halls of Congress, he's going to probably kick you in the leg.
He is a good man. He's a friend. He's been a friend for a long time. Great person. He's lost control of this process.
Okay.
And I don't know how he can remain in power.
Right.
We need Elon or Vivek as Speaker.
Mike Lee calling it. What do you think? Would you like to see Elon or Vivek as Speaker of the House? Because I think Mike Johnson's going to have a tough time because he got caught holding up and promoting an old system and feeling defeated by it. Even he said, look, guys, this is the way it's done. And then Elon and Vivek come in and go, no, that's not the way it's going to be done anymore.
It was the most incredible change in how politics will be done going forward. I think that people are probably underestimating what happened here. This was a multi-$100 billion grift that was stopped on a dime over 12 hours of tweets. You would have never thought that that was possible. The point is, to put a dagger in something that big, that had so much broad support just a few hours earlier, I think it's so consequential in how the United States can run going forward.
I'm John Mike Keene.